episode is presented by Coco Kind. We are big fans of brands that genuinely care about people and their skin, and Coco Kind has been one of those from day one. We're so grateful for their support and continuing to create thoughtful, accessible products that actually deliver. Thank you to Coco Kind for supporting this episode. Hello, welcome back to the club. This is Undefinable, an AAGC Originals podcast. We're here.
We're here again.
And
we will continue to be here.
Well, that's whether you like it or not, okay? Buckle up. I'm so happy to be here with you. We have a really wonderful guest today.
I'm so excited for our guest today. I think it's going to be a really, really great conversation. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yes. Hayley Kiyoko is here. She is a deep friend of AAGC, but she is also, my gosh, what a career this lady has had. She's a celebrated pop artist, actress, director, author, and LGBTQ plus advocate. She's known for roles in Lemonade Mouth and Insecure. Kiyoko's breakthrough came with her 2018 debut album, Expectations. Rolling Stone praised it for being at the forefront of an unapologetically queer pop movement. She won an MTV VMA for Push Artist of the Year. Wow. New York Times bestselling author with her YA novel, and then also her newest novel just made the list, Girls Like Girls. She's doing her directorial debut with Girls Like Girls, produced by Mark Platt, BuzzFeed, and Focus Features. She was named NPR's 21st Century's Most Influential Women Musicians. Hayley Kiyoko champions hope and authenticity through storytelling across multiple mediums. What a freaking gem.
I mean, what a legend. What an icon. That resume is crazy. Rolling Stone, super casual. Can't wait to talk to her about the film. Oh, very exciting.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hayley.
Hello.
Welcome.
I'm so happy to be here. You guys, chills. This is a dream come true. For everyone.
You're telling
for
us.
myself and for everyone.
Yes.
For everyone.
Yes, we're here. Asian American girl. This is so serious and fun.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
not
amazing.
serious.
No, we're not serious.
But you know what is serious is that this is your first podcast interview as a New York Times bestseller for Where There Is Room for Us. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wow, what does that feel like?
I felt like my shoulders could relax.
Yeah.
It's like the second child is always, these are my babies. And so like Girls Like Girls was obviously my firstborn.
Yep.
And it like really set like a precedent. And then having Where There's Room for Us, I just was like, can we do it again?
Right.
So it feels really wonderful just to have my community and my fans show up for a new story. And it just, I don't know, I feel very excited and honored.
Well, we're so excited for you. That's
Thank you.
Really amazing.
Thank
It is
you.
not a small feat to be a two-time New York Times bestseller, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
2 times.
Uh,
I'm like genuinely curious too. When that happens,
Yeah.
who do you get a call from your
No.
agent? How do you find out? Like,
Well, it's so funny because so the first time for Girls Like Girls, I found out I was like in a Zoom. You get an email.
you get
So you'll
an
get
email
like an email
from New
your
York Times?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't have a direct one-on-one with them.
yeah.
Not yet.
These
Not
are
yet.
these are my
Yeah.
questions. Maybe after
Yeah,
3.
so
Yeah.
the publisher emails you the list, and then they go like, you made it or you didn't make it.
Yeah.
And so like my first time I was in a Zoom and I saw the email and we're like, oh my gosh. So it was fun to get to like find out with my team.
Yeah.
And then this time I was also in a meeting and then I just got like a text. I hadn't checked my email and I saw a text from my agent like, congrats on New York Times. And I was like, oh my God. Then I checked the email. But yeah, so it's like, it's an email.
It's
but
an
it's
email.
so it's the most exciting email ever.
Yeah.
that is so
Yeah.
exciting.
Is it like haunting you for a little bit and bubbling like after the release?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it feels, again, like for me, my goal in life is to make hopeful queer content. And so it just felt so validating and rewarding to get to share a new story with my fans and have them also connect to it and be excited about it just as much as Girls Like Girls. So I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, longevity.
You did it.
Great.
Oh,
You will
so
continue to do
exciting.
it. I know
will
this.
continue on.
We know that.
The babies will
She
continue to be
lives
born.
to
I
see
live to
another
see
day.
in the art industry. Holy hell.
Okay, we're gonna talk about Where There's Room for Us, and we're gonna talk about it all. But I want to like go back to like
Okay.
let's go like back like
Pre-Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
pre-internet.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
were you born before the internet was? No.
We're dating
Wait,
all of
fun fact.
us.
Yeah.
My first job ever,
Yeah.
it wasn't paid, but job as in when I was 5 years old, I did a print photo shoot. I probably have a photo I can send you.
Yes.
And it's me and it says something, it's like, it was basically the launch of internet. And it was like, the internet is yours. And I'm just like smiling like this.
Wait.
Yeah, literally. So like
Hayley,
at 5,
you were the launch of the internet,
Yeah.
actually.
I was the face of the
Also,
whole
what
internet.
ad agency decided it needed to be like a 5-year-old, like a child?
I literally have the photo. I'll
Okay,
show you.
we must
we
send,
simply
yeah,
must
okay.
see this.
But anyways, yes.
Okay,
So it's borderline
take me
parallel.
back early. That like little Hayley. What was it? Where did you grow up? What was it like for you growing up? Like just you were the daughter of athletes and artists. So like take us back a little bit.
Paint the picture.
Paint the picture.
Well, I grew up in Westlake Village, California.
Wow.
Pretty local. Very local. I
down
grew
the
up in
road.
a predominantly white community, and my mom is an ice skating choreographer, and my dad was a stand-up comedian. So
Wow.
I grew up in a very like artistic family dynamic, and yeah. So I'm a California gal.
You don't get a lot of those.
No, we're here though. We're
For
here.
sure.
We do
Yeah.
exist.
My husband is too.
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Santa Monica.
Okay, amazing.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay. And did you know, like, from that very early age, being the daughter of like, in an artistic home, that you were going to do this, or like you wanted to do this?
I think since I was born, I
Mm.
had this like
Mm.
urge to express myself. I also, my mom was an ice skating choreographer, so like she would bring us to work, and she was, full-time working mom. And so our playground was the ice rink.
Wow.
And trying to get hot cocoa out of the vending machines that were broken, and like that was like our environment. My dad, would work, but he was also a stay-at-home dad a lot of the times. And so they were very encouraging about expressing yourself. And for me, I knew I was like a lesbian. I didn't know the term, but when I was like 5 or 6. So like pretty early on, I was like, I have to hide who I am. I'm one of the very few, or if not only, half Asian people in my life, and trying to navigate that. And so I think it was kind of a blessing that I grew up in such an artistic family, because there were a lot of like encouragement in those outlets. It wasn't like become a doctor. It was like express who you are.
Right.
But it was interesting that I didn't feel comfortable to express who I was to my family, and like the societal pressures of just the heteronormative, narrative. It took me a really long time to get there, like, until my 20s.
Yeah, it's interesting you say, like, growing up in that, in such an open family, right? Like a very like liberal, if you will. But like, I'm curious, like, what do you think it was that like made you feel like you had to hide who you were?
Just because I didn't know anyone. Well, there weren't a lot of people that looked like me, maybe like one. And then I didn't know any like queer, gay out people.
Yeah.
And or in school, like, and so it very much was like, ooh, I didn't know the term gay, but I was like, ooh, I like girls.
Yeah.
And people don't like girls. That was just kind of like the narrative I had in my brain. Because I wasn't like reading books, I mean, nowadays it's starting to evolve, but I wasn't like, oh, you could look like this, and oh, love could look like this. It was just very much like, you marry a man, you have kids.
Yeah.
This is the storyline.
Yeah.
And so I think it just was like, not brainwashed, but just like, I was already told the narrative of who I was supposed to be.
Right.
Even though I already knew I didn't fit that box
Yeah.
It's like a lack
at
of
the same time.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, and a lack of representation.
Yeah.
Which we
Not-
talk about all the time.
Yeah,
Not
all
not
across
reading it,
media.
not
Not
having
reading
books,
it.
Yeah.
not seeing myself
Exactly.
on screen, not seeing myself. Like it affects all of us, and just media in general, not having that representation.
Yeah.
And clearly your advocacy work has played out through all of this time and creating the media that we want to see and we need to see and there needs to be more of, you know? When did you kind of like attach or decide that you were going to become an advocate? Because not everybody who is queer has to go out and fight for that, right? But you chose that path. Like, when was that for you that you decided to go out and do that?
Well, Girls Like Girls 2015 was like the birth of myself and like sharing who I was. And it's interesting because I feel like I didn't choose the path chose me in the sense of like when I released Girls Like Girls in 2015, that was my coming out to the public. And all of a sudden I found just hundreds and thousands of people who felt like me, being like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to see two girls falling in love. And oh my gosh. And I was like, oh, this is not just like a me thing. This is an us thing.
Yeah.
And so just through Girls Like Girls and realizing speaking my truth was so freeing and liberating, I became, you know, really, I don't know, addicted to the sense of, oh, how honest and authentic can I be? And like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And then I directed a music video called Cliff's Edge. And then I directed another. And then I just started like directing all my music videos. And then realized that like being a lesbian is a part of who I am. But I also was like okay with like really embracing it. And it's interesting because like growing up, that word was so like, it was like, offensive.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, how dare you call me a lesbian? And then for me, my journey has been very much like reclaiming the word lesbian.
Yeah.
And as I started like, you know, writing music and touring and like meeting people who needed someone to kind of share, you know, their experiences with, I was okay with being that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it was never like intentional. It was never like, this is who I'm going to be.
Yeah.
Or like, I dream of becoming this spokesperson for the LGBT. Like, it was never a thing. It just was like, it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this is my most authentic version of myself. And I'm not going to change that. So I guess this is going to be me.
Wow. That's
I mean,
beautiful.
it's so powerful because like what Jenna was saying too, it's even though the path showed you, you also have risen to the occasion, for lack of a better word, you know,
Thanks.
and been such an incredible inspiration and represent, you know, for so many people, like you said.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, you've had an incredible career. You're a music artist, but you started in TV, right?
Yeah, well, I did the
Ish.
whole acting journey. Like I did.
Tell us,
Oh.
tell us a little bit about
like
it.
anti-drug PSA, non-union commercials.
Okay.
We went from
Then I
internet
did
to
union-
The internet.
the birth of the internet to anti-drug PSA.
Yes.
You were doing the work.
I did.
PSA girly.
That was every little step that when you go to an acting class and like, here are the steps. I did all the steps. And then I was in a nationwide commercial that was union. And then I was hip hop girl #1 and Unfabulous. Like I did the whole.
You really took. You
had to
didn't.
climb
There
the
was no
ladder from the
shortcut.
very beginning.
Yeah,
No,
you
there was
took
no
all the steps.
We're here because
Yeah.
I've been here for
Really long
20 plus years.
Wow.
But for me, I just like, you know, you dream of being a performer or creative, but how do you do that?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, maybe I audition for things and maybe I'm an actor. And I started acting, and it was interesting how I always would get cast as a musician, as an actor. So like I was a guitarist in a Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercial. And then I played bass in Kmart.
So
And
interesting.
Honestly, very iconic brands that you've represented.
Truly.
I
So
will
much.
say that.
I'm
Who
really
knew
upset I
Kmart
didn't get a
needed
lifetime supply of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, though. That
I
was like
know.
really borderline offensive,
Yeah, totally.
But you know, so I did the cattle call, all the things,
Yeah.
and then I got my big break when I booked Velma for Scooby-Doo.
I mean,
for
so
Cartoon
iconic.
Network.
Are you
I
kidding?
mean,
It was
that is
And
iconic.
And it's going, like, I walked in, I was like, they're not going to cast an Asian
Yeah.
for Velma.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it had never been done before. So I was like, I'm not even going to go to the audition. Like, I'm not even going to get it.
Yeah.
And then I booked it.
How many
I mean-
times have we all walked into a room being like,
Every day.
they're not
Truly,
looking at
literally
Asian for
every
this.
day. It's like,
Yes.
they're not going to cast an Asian person for this.
I mean, it's crazy how many things
Maybe.
we tell ourselves.
we stop ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
we
Yeah.
are our biggest enemy, but also
Yeah.
because of all the things that
Because we're listening
we've had to
the
learn
voice.
and
Yes.
unlearn, right?
Yes.
It's wild, the
Voice.
unlearning.
Yeah,
from
like not
ourselves.
believing that we're, for me, it was like a leading role, and for me, it was being a pop star.
Yeah.
And like this was before I knew about K-pop and J-pop, but even just like in America,
Yeah.
where are my Asian pop star girlies?
Right.
And they were there, but not as mainstream. And so, but I lost track. But basically, that's kind of like where I started.
Yeah. You seem to have always been like, to really know who you are, like, and maybe that's just from the outside of like what we read about you and what we know about you from outside, because like even reading about you with the girl group, right? And how you walked away being like, I want to be in control of my own music. Like not many people at that age have the wherewithal to say that out loud and walk away from something that's like supposed to be the big break or the thing.
Right.
So like tell me about that a little bit.
I think it's so funny you bring up the girl group, the Stunners. They were called the Stunners. I tried everything, you know, and like that was an audition. And it was like, I've always wanted to be a pop star. I've been writing music since I could breathe. And I had that opportunity and I was like, this is going to be a great learning experience. And I learned so much, and we opened for Justin Bieber, and I got to learn what it was like to have in-ears and navigate performing for men and that weird dynamic.
Oh my
and
gosh.
so I was exposed to a lot of things really early on.
Yeah.
But I also knew, and this was I didn't know I was going to write books. I didn't know I was going to direct. Like, I just was like, I want to be a performer. I want to do music. The music was like the end goal for me.
Got it.
And so having that experience was really great. Like, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I learned that was not my path. And, it really just kind of helped shape like how I wanted to navigate the music industry. Like, every industry in Hollywood is very different and also the same.
Yeah.
And I wasn't out at that time too. So I think it really hit a lot of my insecurities with my masculinity and my femininity, and like being in a girl group at that time, it was very like for the male gaze, but you're like 18. It's very weird.
Yeah.
The whole thing is very bizarre.
What a dynamic.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm grateful for the experience. And then obviously after that, I started working on my solo music, and it was like the era of YouTube covers. So like if you could do a cover of Corinne Bailey Rae or something amazing, like you'd become a star and like you'd get signed to a label.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to write original music. And so that was kind of the beginning of that journey.
And are you still writing music now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because you don't want to be a pop star, but you want to be a singer-songwriter. Like, you still want to be an artist in the music industry.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I love music.
Yeah.
I think music, like writing music, will always be something that I go to, like when I'm needing to express myself. And I love touring and I love performing, but the music industry is so hard.
Yeah.
It's like so hard. And financially, like, with tour, it's like the artist, no one understands that the artist is paying for everything. You are paying every check.
Yep.
And it's really hard to just not be in the red and to be able to have longevity. And now looking back, when I was younger, and people would be like, the win is to just stay in the game.
Right.
And now I understand that.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing music for so long, and I will always do music, but I've had to kind of like reimagine how I'm going to do music and how music fits in with my world, where I have a roof over my head and I feel creatively free. Because with music, I was directing all my music videos, and then there was a period where music video people are, and I think still today, they don't really spend money on music videos.
No.
It's more like short form stuff. And so I was feeling kind of like I couldn't really create. And you only can have so many no's that like motivate you. And then when
Yes.
it's like a bunch of no's, you're like,
Come on.
this is not fun anymore.
Yeah. It's hard not to
Yeah.
get crushed by that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it just like I was dealing with that over and over again after my first album. And I just was like, how do I find a way to do this? And so I'm getting back to music. Music is coming around, but
Yeah.
that's where I started, putting my energy in writing books and developing stories and directing because I'm attracted to open doors.
Yeah.
And I'll knock on the closed doors. I'll bang the closed door down.
Yeah.
But after a certain amount of times, self-respect. You gotta go the other way. You gotta
It's smart. It's
try
Yeah.
some new
I
things.
love,
Business
I
savvy,
love
it's
that
smart.
analogy. And also, sometimes doors open at different times.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just
You
'cause
can't
you're
force it.
Exactly. You
Right.
can't ram your way through,
No.
but you never know if you climb
It's like
through.
Squid Game.
Exactly.
Literally. We're just like, you gotta,
Exactly.
if it's locked, it's locked. You gotta try it. It doesn't mean you're giving up.
Right.
You're just
But
going
it
a different
means you're
way.
gonna just go back there when it's ready to
Exactly. It
open.
might be unlocked in a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
You
you might
never
kill
know.
yourself trying to get that door open.
That's
Episode 25. Here we are.
Here we
Here
go.
we are. Quick question. Why do our face and body need completely different cleansers? They don't. They just need better ones, and the industry is used to filling these really big bottles for body washes with cheap ingredients. Well, Coco Kind just launched the Milky Soft Face and Body Cleanser, and they've actually been super public about the fact that they've made this a facial cleanser, but put it in a body-sized bottle, and they're just making less money on it so it can deliver more value to customers. And speaking of value, the whole family uses it, including my babies, and it's in my shower, my husband and me, on our faces and our bodies every day. It's delicious. It's a gentle, milky cleanser designed to work everywhere using a unique cleansing system that creates a soft lather, but also supports your barrier with ceramides, never leaving your skin stripped. It comes in this big 13.5-ounce bottle, so you never feel like you're wasting it, and it's available now. So Girls Like Girls, you wrote your book based on your song, right? And
Yeah.
then now it's evolving. So the door did open, and the window opened, and now you've peeked
It
through.
was like a crack
You,
that
like,
I jabbed
shoved yourself
open for
through.
10 years.
Love it.
And now, though, it's been a song, a book, a New York Times bestseller, and now a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I was literally writing my journal last night because the movie exists and I directed it and co-wrote it and it's taken 10 years.
Oh my
And I was writing my journal like I can't believe
Yeah.
because I remember like people have no idea how hard it is to get a movie made.
Oh,
my
Let alone
gosh.
being a first-time director.
Mhm.
Like
Right.
no, like you're just like, hello, hello,
Somebody!
How anybody gets anything made is crazy.
Yeah,
like the
we're just
number
like-
of things that have to go right
align
for something
yeah,
to
and
exist.
then like 4 to 5 aligns, and then you're still not moving forward.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it was a 10-year journey. You know,
Shit.
2015, Girls Like Girls came out. 2016, started developing the story, and shot the movie last year,
Oh,
2024, and it'll come out next year.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, what a feat.
Yeah, no,
What a
really.
feat.
What was the how was you'd obviously directed a lot of your music videos. Like, what was that experience like making your directorial debut?
It was the most. It's just as insane as you think it would be.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
people go like, "You're not like just so you know when this happens, like you're not even gonna have time to breathe.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be the most intense thing you've ever experienced." And I was like, "Okay." And then you're
Yeah.
like, "Well, because you, as the director,
You're driving the ship.
I don't think every single thing that you see on the screen has to be approved
by you.
by the director.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
half the time, as a director, you don't have control over the budget
Yeah.
or
Right.
your resources.
Right.
And so you're basically trying to paint this picture with the tools that you're given,
Right.
with the time that you're given,
Mhm.
and that's the challenge.
Right.
It's not like how to make the best movie. It's like how do you make a movie with what you're given and what you have?
Right.
Mhm.
Go.
Literally.
And you're just so it was amazing, and I would love to share, like, you know, I didn't know where I was going to shoot this movie, and I thought I was going to shoot it in 2019. I thought I was going to shoot it in 2020. I thought I was going to shoot it in 2021. I thought I was going to shoot it in 2022. Like literally, that was my life. I was in this weird like vortex of like, am I ever getting out of here?
Yep.
But it was always going to be shot in Canada. And my mom was born in Montreal, grew up in Toronto. I have family in Canada. And so finally the movie gets greenlit and they go, hey, like we found this production company, we're gonna go shoot it in Kelowna, Canada. Do you know where that is? No one knows, but like it's supposed to be a place that we can shoot at. I was like, Kelowna? And they were like, yeah.
Yeah, where's
I was
Kelowna?
like, my grandparents are buried there and met in Kelowna. Yeah, it's like crazy.
Wow.
And I grew up, I had my first steps as a baby in Kelowna.
No.
Yeah. Full body chills. I didn't even get to choose the location. It was chosen for me.
Oh my God.
After 10 years
I'm
of
so
like
emotional.
just
That's
killing
wild.
myself trying to make this movie.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yep.
it's supposed to happen.
Wow.
And it was like this really wild thing because you just like, you know, you have to believe what people say, like timing is everything.
Yep.
It'll line up. And you just don't believe it because you're just like, oh, come on. But when that happened, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And so I literally am on a plane last year.
Wow.
It's this little mini plane shaking, and I land at this airport where my grandma used to meet us, you know, every 2 or 3 years. And I knew where I was at.
Wow.
We were shooting like 6 streets down from my grandparents' house. It
Unbelievable.
was
Wild.
wild.
That
I got
is
to
so
visit.
wild.
Yeah,
Oh my
it was,
gosh.
and I hadn't been there since they had passed, and so it was a very, and they're on they're on my mom's parents, so my Japanese side. So it was just a really. We shot at a restaurant that I went to with my grandma. It was very, it was so weird.
So weird.
And that was the universe. Like that was like
Where you're
something
supposed to
you
be.
just can't even. And I was like, no matter the hardships of how this movie has gotten made or what it is, I was like, this is supposed to happen.
This is where you're supposed to be
Yeah.
in this very moment.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh
Freaky,
my gosh.
huh?
I had full body chills.
No, I really-
I can't
you
imagine the
said that-
call
you said-
that you're
it's-
like,
that's-
Kelowna, excuse me?
Yeah,
Yeah, because you know when you say that.
We've never
so
heard of it.
Kelowna
Never
is
heard of
like
it.
east of Vancouver,
Okay.
and it is like known as like the California of Canada.
Got it.
So it's in this valley where the weather is very consistent.
Got it.
And so
Okay.
it's great for summers, and it has the Okanagan,
Yeah,
lake, and it's just like, so
Beautiful.
it was crazy. So that's where we shot the movie.
Wow.
So it was really nice because I feel like this whole film, Girls Like Girls, has been, a journey of connecting to my Japanese side and my culture, and so it's been really beautiful to have that,
Yeah.
within the film.
Beautiful.
So
Well, we
you'll
can't wait
see.
to see it.
Thanks. We'll talk
Oh
more
my
about it later.
Yeah.
Come back on the pod. We'll
Yeah.
promote it.
yes.
Next year.
When, you're nominated for your Academy Award.
Yes.
Were you writing
Please
this?
manifest.
Yes.
So
Were you writing this while you were trying?
I was,
where's the time?
I was finishing this.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I was
fair
doing
enough.
like packaging, so thank
Okay.
God.
Phew.
But it was stressful.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It was very
When it
stressful.
rains, it pours,
'Cause
right?
you have to turn
Always.
your book in a year before it can even come out.
Right.
It's like a whole thing, and
All the edits and
um,
everything. Okay.
but yeah.
So tell us more about Where's Room
Just
for Us.
staring at.
I'm just literally.
Staring
she's
at it. She's
beautiful.
pouring it. Thank
She's
you so much. Yeah,
beautiful.
pick it up. Pick it up.
Let me touch
Beautiful.
this.
Smell the pages.
Oh, you
We
did
have-
this.
Pinking.
I did that.
You were
Thank
saying
you
that
so
this
much.
is
Mother
your
of
favorite
two.
color.
Mother
I
of
am
two.
a mother of two. These are my children.
Congratulations.
Thank
she was
you.
born via
We were talking
cesarean.
pink and green,
Nope.
and like so pink is my favorite color, and green, reminds me of trees, and I love green, and so I just chose pink and green, and then after we designed it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is
Wicked's
literally
coming out.
Wicked colors, and then
What
LOL,
timing.
Wicked coming out. But you know what? We love Wicked, so
We love
love
Wicked.
they don't know
Wicked.
we're working together,
Yeah,
but
they-
apparently we are.
There's a collab.
Yeah,
happening.
They're just assuming it's a collab with their
It's an
hundred
actual
collabs they've done.
collab.
Yes.
Also with the gold too. It is-
beautiful.
Thank you.
No,
So
it's
if you
gorgeous.
take the cover off, so I
Mhm.
did this for all my fans who maybe aren't out or can't, read their book and, safe
Wow.
space. So with Girls Like Girls in this, you can take the cover off.
Wow.
I love that.
Very thoughtful.
That's
Yeah.
very thoughtful.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so congratulations, New York Times bestseller.
Times two.
Girlfriend.
Times two.
Just walk me through like a little bit of like the process of this book and where the
Mhm.
idea came from and like why you wrote this book.
Why?
Why?
Well, growing up, Pride and Prejudice was like my gay awakening in the sense of I thought I was Darcy because like I was in love with Keira Knightley. So I was like cosplaying like in my brain.
That's amazing.
And my dream has always been to be like in a period piece or to see like Asian people in period pieces.
Know it.
You know, you get an audition. It's. I mean, nowadays it's changed, but growing up, it was very rare to get that. And so I always have dreamed of writing a period piece. And then when I met my fiance Becca, we have a very unique meet cute and story. Have I told you our meet cute?
I haven't heard it either, so
please tell us.
So basically, I had an album release party in 2018 for Expectations, my first album.
Okay.
And I was single at the time. And so I invited as many people as I knew.
Yeah.
And one of my friends brought Becca as her plus one. And so initially, I saw Becca. I was like, oh my God, the girl from Bachelor. Like, she's at my party. Like, oh my gosh. But I was like stupid and pretended like I didn't know her, which don't do, by the way, because the truth always comes out.
Right.
Yeah. They just be like, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of your work.
Let's not.
Yeah. Big fan of your work. So I met her and she was just this like light. Like she's like, I don't know if you've met her, but she's just like, there's this energy about her. You're like, whoa.
Yes.
And so I met her and we're talking and the first thing she says to me is she goes, why haven't you responded to my DMs? And I'm like a nerd. So I'm like trying to find my phone. I'm like opening up my Instagram, like panicked. And she's just like watching me squirm. And she was kidding.
Wait, how long did she let that go on for?
I'm like panicking. She was like, I never DM'd you. And I was like,
she's funny.
So yeah, she's sassy and funny. She loves pranks.
Love it.
And so I met her and she had the shirt on that said no time for romance. It's the whole thing is crazy. So her younger sister is queer. And so she was, and obviously Becca hadn't dated women at the time.
Right.
So she was trying to hook me up with her younger sister. And I was obviously interested in Becca, but she was like, you have to meet my younger sister. Like, you guys would get along great, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, my gosh.
So she sets up drinks for, like, a group of us to all meet up a couple of days later. And then the next day, I did text her, and I said, sliding into your DMs.
Cute.
Which was really,
Very
just
cute.
put a little
Cute.
pin on
Very
that.
nice. You know what you're doing.
Yes. No, I have literally no game. Like, zero. And so, yeah, we went to all get drinks, and one thing led to another, and people bailed. And so Becca went instead. She felt bad and went instead.
Just her.
Just her.
So you two.
It was just us. And so I'm like panicked because I'm like, oh my God, she's from The Bachelor. I have to take her somewhere nice. So we met at the Chateau Marmont.
Yeah.
And we got drinks.
Great choice. Very
well. I
great
literally,
choice.
I like called my friend. I was like,
Where do we go?
Where do we go?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm at Chateau. I'll put your name because like I don't
That's
really
nice.
like go out.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like a homebody. And so anyway, we got drinks. We talked, and just like hit it off.
Wow.
And so she ended up kissing me the next day. I'm skipping a lot of details, but
yeah.
we've been together ever since.
And you're
It's
engaged.
been 7.5 years. Yeah.
See, this is the thing about the
How
doors, too. See, you
That's
think
right.
it's this door, but
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
it's this door.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, our meet cute is so unique with her trying to hook me up with your younger sister. And she's comes from a big family. And so I was like, how cool would it be to write this period piece idea inspired by this meet cute? And then I was like, okay, how do I tell the story and have it be a happy ending? Because
Right.
in the 1800s, we would have to hide this.
Right.
So then I was like, well, what if it's kind of a hyper reality where you can be queer? Like, what if my love story existed in the 1800s? And what if I could love who I wanted to love, but there were still adversities? So, like, basically, in the world of where there's room for us, 2 gay men can inherit land and continue the family line, but 2 women can't. So you can be gay, you can get married to, you know, a woman,
But you lose
you
everything.
still have pressure of having a son heir or someone in the family marrying a man.
Right.
And so you meet this character, Freya, and she has a couple of queer sisters, and she has to, you know, find her husband.
Oh.
And her character meets my character. And I'll let you read the rest.
Yes. No spoilers. I can't wait.
Buy the
Oh,
book,
wow.
read the rest.
I'm so I can't wait.
Oh.
That's a great premise.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, well, and
Yeah.
it's fun because my character Ivy and my brother Prescott, you know, were half Japanese, half white, and in this world, America is more progressive than England. So we moved to England to find him a wife. And then we meet the Talon sisters. And so it's like this whole, it was really fun to write because removing one adversity, there was just so many others.
Yeah.
And it was just as a woman in general,
Yeah.
we have so much we have to navigate
Right.
that the world just like drops on us.
Mhm.
And so that was really interesting to dive deeper in, like, you know, developing the story, writing the story,
Wow.
and figuring out how they end up, you know, thriving. Oh, the other place is really cool in the book I love is there's a place called The Bridge, and I made that like the West Hollywood. Yeah, it's on the cover.
Stop it.
And in
It's like the
front-
West Hollywood of the town. So like every, you know,
Got
couple
it.
weeks, every month, people meet up
On
and
the
they get to like
bridge.
be themselves.
Oh, like
and,
I love
kind of like a
gather.
pride, like
Right.
a pride.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
And so there's so many fun characters, and I would, you know, hopefully, I would love to make this into a movie or a TV show.
It
And
must be made.
thank you, Jenna.
It simply must
you.
be made.
Thank you so much. I'll add you to the pitch deck.
Yes. Count us in.
But yeah, so
Amazing.
and again, the goal is just to have more of our stories on screen.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know.
always
And
the
in
goal.
new worlds as well. That's like
yeah.
the exciting part too, you know,
Yeah.
to be able to create and reinvent
Yes.
what is reality
look
or
like?
what is, you know, even
Yeah.
to go back and in
Totally.
a period piece. It's really, really cool. I mean, I can
Thanks.
visually see it. I
Thank
see
you.
it. We
Thank
see
you.
it.
We see it.
Carriages, the whole thing.
We see it.
Oh,
We
I
see
love
it.
it. The
I love it.
dresses, the
I love it.
costumes. Well, kudos to you for always
Thank you.
pushing the envelope a little bit and, you know, creating these stories for people. You know,
Thank you.
You're doing it. How did you get it? How did you get introduced to AAGC?
I
Speaking of
feel like it was like just on Instagram, I feel like. 'cause
sliding
I
into the
don't think-
DMs.
Sliding.
I don't know if I slid into the DMs. I think like,
No, probably slid
No,
into
we
yours.
probably slid
We
into
probably
yours.
slid into yours. Hayley.
Yes.
yeah, were you guys around during COVID, Allie?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I think you were manifesting me during COVID because I came across something
Yeah.
that said Asian American Girl Club.
Yeah,
And then I was like, what is this?
yeah.
And then I literally like saved it on my Instagram. I was like, I need to be a part of this. I need to find out who's running this. Who's doing this?
Who's the mastermind?
And I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And then I
Amazing.
found Allie, and then I
Yes.
found all of you. And then we did our first event together in
Yes.
2023 for Girls Like Girls, my book event with
Yes.
Levi's.
Yes, at the Levi's
And
house.
the rest is history.
Oh my gosh.
You
Wow.
know, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I love this community, and I love what you guys have created. It's like, it just, again, growing up in a predominantly white, you know, suburbia, it's
Yeah.
like so nice to meet people that have had similar experiences.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, that's why Allie made this.
It's
right?
true.
Yeah.
And to highlight people like you. So the Levi's House event for Girls Like Girls, that was really, I wasn't there. I think I was pregnant at the time, but
You were having your own baby.
I was
Yes.
having my own baby.
Yeah.
I was birthing
Yes.
my baby. What was the Levi's event like? I know that you and
it
your
was
dad was there,
amazing.
right? Like in the
Were you
front
there?
row.
I
You
was
were
there.
there.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, I was there. I mean, you know, from my perspective, I just remember how electric it felt actually,
Mhm.
because it was such the perfect collab. I felt
Mhm.
like with everybody, you know, like
Mhm.
every aspect of it was it just made so much sense. And it was so great to hear you. I mean, you also performed, which was amazing.
Yes.
And the panel with Sherry was
Yes.
amazing.
It was the first time I met Sherry
Oh my
Cola.
gosh.
We're obsessed.
Yeah, everything was just
Yeah.
so wonderful. But yeah, how was your experience from your end?
It was amazing. It was just like the coolest thing ever. It's just like a built-in friend group. And
Yeah.
I think that's why we all love Asian American Girl Club, because
You
it's
know
just like you immediately have a commonality with someone,
Yeah.
and you want to support them and like uplift them and help them. And it's really hard in this time. It's interesting. We have so many ways to connect, and yet it's also really challenging to find each other.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so having like in-person events and being able to have that space was
Yeah.
just like, was so cool.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. It was like the best event ever.
It really was the best
It
event
looked so
ever.
cool.
You were missed.
You were missed.
No, I missed
You were-
it.
you were
I
doing a-
missed it, you know? What's it like connecting with your fans? Like, I meant to ask you earlier, just because you were talking about, like, in the earlier days of, like, realizing that there was the need for your kind of the stories that you were putting out there, the songs you were putting out there, the content you were putting out there. What has it been like to connect with your fans over the span of your career?
I mean, it's been so rewarding, like getting to do the book tour. Was it last week or the week before? And just seeing people in person and connecting and letting them know they're not alone. I think we all, crave to have someone to look up to, even if it's outside of your chosen family or your birth family. And like, I think I was always craving that. Like I had people that I looked up to that I loved growing up.
Like who?
Like I loved Tegan and Sarah.
Yes.
I loved like the Gwen Stefani Lamb era of like, all that stuff. And I love Stevie Wonder and I, so many amazing creative people. But I also was craving like someone exactly like me.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I was like, where is that person?
Yeah.
And I think all of us are so unique and we all have different experiences that there's space for all of us to be able to be represented. And like, what does that look like? So I just feel really honored and grateful to have had a fan base and to be able to connect with people and getting to really the greatest honor is to being able to share your truth and having someone resonate with your truth. Because all of these stories and my music, everything is born from my lived experience. And so getting to find that community it's the best. The world is very isolating and we all crave community and we all don't want to feel alone. And so it's really beautiful to get to have that and get to share that with people.
Well, you're such a light. My goodness. So inspiring.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. We have two quick little fun things we want to do with you, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah. Is this games?
Okay, yes, kind of. One of them is a game.
She had her game face on.
She was ready.
She was
Are you
ready.
competitive? Do you
2 words.
Book. Okay, this is some rapid fire that we want to ask you, and we'll probably use this for social. But okay, so which one of your past characters would be at an AAGC event?
All of them, but definitely Stella Yamato from Lemonade Mouth.
Okay, love it. Yeah. Directing or acting, which scratches the creative itch more?
I love directing. I think I'll act in the future eventually, but directing, I'm like, whoa, this is it. Yeah. I got to do everything that I love in one spot.
Yeah. I love that. First thing you do when you wake up on a show day or a book tour day?
I stretch.
Gua sha.
We were saying I tried to like gua sha my face earlier this morning, and I didn't have a gua sha in close proximity, so I was using my knuckles, and I think I've injured myself.
You're strong,
heavy-handed, like you said.
I might have, literally heavy-handed, heavy foot, heavy hand, all of the above. No, I have to stretch. My body needs it.
Okay,
my body needs like a wake up, so I do I'll bring like an exercise band. If you see me in an airport, I might be doing like my shoulder exercises. Like my body just needs extra support.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I can appreciate that. Harder to write, a book or a song?
A book.
Mm-hmm. Choose one, paperback or audiobook?
I'm going to say audiobook.
Whoa.
Well, because I love
Sorry, I don't know why we have such a strong reaction to this, but
I love
really?
the hardcovers because you get to do more with the design.
Right.
And then an audiobook. So the audiobook for Where There's Room for Us is myself and Jemima Kirk.
Oh.
And it's like cinema. Like, I'm not to toot our own horn, but like the music.
I love it.
My guitarist Lawrence, he has, like a book company, so he did all the music for it. And it's like,
when
you put it like that,
it's a dream come true.
Well,
and Jemima's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
all right, we must
like
go
that.
listen.
Yeah,
that's very cool. It does sound very cool. I mean,
and
many
I can't do a British
aspects.
accent, so I was like, she had to do the Freya voice, and then I did the Ivy voice. So I was like, I can't take us all down.
Please don't make me do that. Which snack instantly reminds you of your childhood?
This is gonna sound very weird. I don't know if anyone's ever done this, but what reminds me of my childhood is a Triscuit with cheddar cheese, sumac.
Sumac
in the microwave.
What? Who are you?
It already
serial
started pretty
killer.
crazy with the Triscuit,
I
to be
love
honest, out of
this.
all of the snacks. And then as you added on.
That was like our go-to snack.
Not-
So we'd put the Triscuits on, we'd cut up a little cheese, and we throw the sumac. We throw it in the microwave. It melts like for like 15
I
seconds.
love it.
Sumac.
And
The
it's
microwave
also-
really got me.
You guys,
I had to go back to the sumac.
you guys,
There's a lot
it
happening.
is so good. Like after like a pool day and like you're
I
like
get
eating a
it.
snack and you just like pop a Triscuit.
You pop a Triscuit into the microwave.
I had a very unique upbringing.
Is it shredded cheese?
No, you know, like,
Like
the
like a
whole.
piece
You
of
cut. You
sliced
just
cheese, yeah.
you
Like
just
a
cut it
sliced
in
cheese.
4.
Yeah, I get
Put
it.
it in 4.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a Lunchable energy
That's what I
without the
was- yeah.
meat
Right.
with sumac.
I love that.
You know, we're gonna have to try this.
We're gonna
You
have
guys,
to try it.
I'm not kidding. It's actually
We could have
really
had that
good.
prepped
Do you
for
still
you.
eat it?
Yeah, exactly.
We got Triscuits in here.
Do you still eat
Triscuits,
it? Do you still
bring
do
on
that?
the sumac, fly in the sumac.
Okay.
If like I want like comfort, I'll like
Yeah.
do
Pop it in the
Wait,
microwave.
fine. Okay.
I feel more vulnerable than I've ever felt right now.
We're not attacking you. We're
Yeah,
loving
this
this.
is-
We're
yeah,
here for
this
you.
is-
We're here
I'm
with you.
literally
This is
gonna
it for
try
me.
this and
We're
take a
deep
photo
in.
for you. I'm
Okay.
obsessed. The sumac
That's it.
specifically.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, so we have a hotline segment where
Okay, great.
people call in and leave messages, and we got
Cute.
some messages for you. But we
Cute.
have one that they called in, and so we'd love to play it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a voicemail.
Yeah.
My daughter is 8 years old, and she just recently got into Disney Channel original movies.
Oh.
And her newest obsession right now is Lemonade Mouth. She loved
New
that she got to see a
generation.
character that looked like her on TV, and I'm just so glad that she gets to grow up in a world where being herself is like it's enough. So thank you.
Oh,
That's it.
that was so sweet.
That's so
nice.
sweet.
So professional, and
Very articulate.
that was really cute.
Yes.
8 years old.
Yes.
It's so crazy. People are still discovering Lemonade Mouth.
Right.
And like, I mean, when it came out, it was not deemed like this massive success. So it's so fascinating to me because it's like
Yeah.
so many young people are discovering it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to the streamers, right? Like everything's
Yeah.
coming back around
Right.
again.
It feels
and
fresh.
you're able-
It feels new.
It feels very fresh.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's so cool because it basically accomplishes the goal we were talking about
Right.
earlier about what you were saying, you know,
Yeah.
about like you were looking for, you know, something that
Mhm.
felt like it could be representational for you and
Mhm.
like the youth. You're inspiring the youth.
The youth.
The youth have
The
you to look
youth.
up
The
to.
youth is the future, you
The youth.
guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
That's
cool.
beautiful.
Everybody go buy or listen to Where
Yes.
There's Room for Us, Hayley Kiyoko's newest New York Times bestseller.
Yay.
Congratulations, Hayley. Thank you for coming.
I'm so honored to be here, and I'm so excited to see where this takes all of us.
Thank
so thanks for
Yes.
having me.
Thank you so
What a
much for
pleasure.
Love you all
coming.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
You've been listening to Undefinable, an AAGC Originals podcast brought to you by Asian American Girl Club. Executive produced by Ali Maki, Jenna Ushkowitz, Tia Sam, and Kara Wang. Edited by Jacob Ho. Intro music by Gloria Kim. Thanks for listening.